Today, in cities and towns around the world, people gather to celebrate Buddha Purnima, a day of reflection, meditation, and joyous festivities. Modern-day celebrations of Buddha Purnima are marked by a spirit of unity and reverence for the teachings of the Buddha. In temples and monasteries, devotees offer prayers and chants, paying homage to the Buddha's life and enlightenment. They adorn statues of the Buddha with colorful flowers and light incense as a symbol of reverence. Meditation sessions are held in parks and gardens where people come together to quiet their minds and find inner peace. The gentle rustle of leaves and the soothing sounds of nature create a serene atmosphere conducive to reflection and introspection. Charity drives and community service projects take place, inspired by the Buddha's teachings of compassion and generosity. People volunteer their time and resources to help those in need, spreading love and kindness to all. Cultural performances and artistic displays showcase the rich heritage of Buddhist traditions, from vibrant dance performances to intricate sand mandalas. These expressions of creativity and devotion bring people together in celebration of shared values and beliefs. As the day comes to a close, families and friends come together for a final prayer and reflection. They light candles and offer heartfelt wishes for peace and happiness to all beings, embodying the spirit of compassion and harmony that lies at the heart of Buddha Purnima. In a kingdom of ancient India, there lived a young prince named Siddhartha. He grew up in a palace filled with riches, but his heart was troubled by the suffering he saw outside its walls. One day, Siddhartha ventured beyond the palace and saw an old man, a sick person, and a funeral procession. These sights deeply moved him, making him realize that life was not just about pleasure and comfort. Siddhartha decided to leave his palace and seek answers to life's deepest questions. He embarked on a journey of self-discovery, determined to find a way to end suffering. Siddhartha wandered the forests and hills, living as an ascetic and practicing extreme forms of self-denial. But despite his efforts, he did not find the peace he sought. One night, Siddhartha sat beneath a bodhi tree and vowed not to rise until he found enlightenment. As the sun rose, Siddhartha realized the true nature of existence and became the Buddha, the awakened one. The Buddha spent the rest of his life teaching others about the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which offer a path to end suffering and attain enlightenment. And so, the story of Siddhartha teaches us that true happiness comes from understanding the nature of suffering and finding inner peace. May we all strive to follow the path of wisdom and compassion, just as the Buddha did so many years ago. Across continents and cultures, people from all walks of life come together to observe Buddha Purnima, a day of profound significance in the Buddhist calendar. From bustling cities to remote villages, the global observance of Buddha Purnima is a testament to the universal appeal of the Buddha's teachings. In countries with large Buddhist populations such as Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Japan, elaborate ceremonies and rituals are held in temples and monasteries. Monks clad in saffron robes led processions, chanting sacred verses and carrying ornate relics of the Buddha. Devotees offer flowers, incense, and food as offerings, symbolizing their reverence and devotion. In multicultural cities like New York, London, and Sydney, people of different faiths and backgrounds join hands to celebrate Buddha Purnima. Interfaith dialogues, meditation workshops, and cultural performances foster understanding and harmony among diverse communities, reflecting the spirit of inclusivity and acceptance espoused by the Buddha. In the digital age, Buddha Purnima transcends geographical boundaries through online events and virtual gatherings. People from around the world connect virtually to participate in meditation sessions, dharma talks, and online forums discussing the relevance of Buddha's teachings in today's world. From Asia to Africa, Europe to the Americas, the global observance of Buddha Purnima serves as a reminder of our shared humanity and the timeless wisdom of the Buddha's teachings. Buddha Purnima, also known as Vesak, holds profound significance in the hearts of millions around the world. On this auspicious day, Buddhists commemorate the birth, enlightenment, and death of Siddhartha Gautama, the founder of Buddhism, who later became known as the Buddha. Buddha Purnima is a time for reflection, meditation, and spiritual renewal. It is a day to honor the timeless wisdom of the Buddha's teachings and to reaffirm our commitment to walk in the path of enlightenment. Meditation plays a central role in Buddha Purnima observances as practitioners seek to quiet their minds and cultivate inner peace and clarity. Through meditation, they aspire to attain the same state of profound insight and awakening that the Buddha himself achieved under the Bodhi tree. Offering prayers and making offerings at Buddhist shrines are also common practices on Buddha Purnima. Devotees adorn statues of the Buddha with flowers, light incense, and offer food as a symbol of gratitude and reverence. Charity and acts of compassion are emphasized on Buddha Purnima as followers seek to emulate the Buddha's boundless love and compassion for all beings. It is a time to extend kindness and generosity to those in need, embodying the spirit of selflessness and altruism. Vesak lanterns, symbolizing the light of wisdom and enlightenment, are lit in homes and temples during Buddha Purnima celebrations. The glow of these lanterns serves as a reminder of the Buddha's eternal teachings, illuminating the path to liberation from suffering. In essence, Buddha Purnima is a time to honor the life and teachings of the Buddha, to reflect on the timeless truths he imparted, and to renew our commitment to living a life of compassion, wisdom, and inner peace. The spreading of Buddha's teachings, known as the Dharma, is a timeless journey of wisdom and compassion that has touched hearts and transformed lives for centuries. Born out of the Buddha's profound realization of truth and enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, his teachings offer profound insights into the nature of existence and the path to liberation from suffering. From the moment the Buddha attained enlightenment, he dedicated himself to sharing his insights with all who were willing to listen. He traveled far and wide, from the bustling cities to the remote villages, teaching the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. The Buddha's disciples, inspired by his compassion and wisdom, carried his teachings to distant lands, spreading the light of the Dharma to every corner of the earth. Monasteries and centers of learning were established as hubs of spiritual growth and enlightenment, where monks and lay people alike gathered to study, meditate, and deepen their understanding of the Dharma. The teachings of the Buddha were meticulously preserved through oral tradition and written scriptures passed down from generation to generation with great care and reverence. Today, the spreading of Buddha's teachings continues unabated as monks, nuns, and lay practitioners around the world carry on the legacy of compassion and wisdom. From bustling temples to quiet meditation centers, people of all backgrounds and walks of life come together to study the Dharma, meditate, and support each other on the path to awakening. And so the spreading of Buddha's teachings remains an ever-present beacon of hope and enlightenment, guiding countless beings towards a life of peace, wisdom, and liberation from suffering. The story of the Buddha's teachings is one of profound impact, spreading far and wide across the globe, transcending time and culture. From the moment Siddhartha Gautama attained enlightenment and became the Buddha, he dedicated his life to sharing his profound wisdom with others. The Buddha journeyed tirelessly, traversing the dusty roads of ancient India, from the bustling cities to the quiet villages, spreading his teachings to all who would listen. Inspired by the Buddha's compassion and insight, his disciples carried forth his teachings, journeying to distant lands and sharing the message of peace and enlightenment. Monasteries and temples became centers of learning and spiritual growth, where monks and nuns devoted themselves to studying and preserving the Buddha's teachings. As the teachings spread to new lands, they were translated into various languages, making the Dharma accessible to people of diverse cultures and backgrounds. Today, the Buddha's teachings continue to resonate with people around the world. From bustling cities to remote villages, individuals and communities gather to study, meditate, and embody the principles of compassion and mindfulness. And so the spreading of the Buddha's teachings endures as a beacon of light in an ever-changing world, offering hope, healing, and liberation to all who seek the path to enlightenment. As we celebrate Buddha Purnima, a day of profound significance in the Buddhist calendar, it is a time for personal reflection and introspection. In the midst of our busy lives, Buddha Purnima offers us a precious opportunity to pause, to breathe, and to turn inward. It is a time to reflect on the teachings of the Buddha and how they resonate with our own lives. What lessons can we glean from his timeless wisdom? How can we apply these teachings to navigate the challenges and uncertainties we face? Each of us carries our own unique journey, our own joys and sorrows, hopes and fears. As we reflect on the Buddha's teachings, we may find solace and guidance in their universal truths. Buddha Purnima also reminds us of the importance of compassion and kindness towards ourselves and others. How can we cultivate greater compassion in our daily lives? How can we extend kindness to those in need, just as the Buddha did? This day offers us an opportunity for renewal and transformation. What changes do we wish to cultivate within ourselves? What steps can we take to nurture our own inner peace and well-being? As we engage in personal reflection on this sacred day, may we open our hearts to the wisdom of the Buddha and find inspiration to walk the path of compassion, mindfulness, and inner peace.